My respected brother and sister, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, we are going to continue on the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Inshallah, in the future discussion, we're going to move toward Nahjul Balagha and more of the life of the Imam Ali, because it's going to be more appropriate for this month than other. We have been following this Treaty of Hudaybiyah. As mentioned, it's the most significant event of Islamic history, because a lot of decision and a lot of learning could be drawn from this treaty. We left it at the time that there was a treaty was signed between Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Suhail from Mecca. The treaty was signed, and totally the treaty was lopsided and unfair to the Muslim. But in this regard, Prophet signed it and accepted actually. And when after that discussion was finished, Imam Ali started writing it down, and that was signed between the Suhail, before it gets signed between the Suhail and Prophet. The Suhail's son, which was one of the main warrior of the Mecca, he became Muslim, and he ran away and made himself to the Hudaybiyah. And come to the Prophet Muhammad with a chain in his hand and chain in his foot. Please save me. Don't send me back, because if I go back, they're going to continue to torture me. And Suhail, which is his father, said, no. The Prophet Muhammad, you have to accept this, that he has to go back. Because if you remember, the Treaty of Hudaybiyah number 1 was that Muslim cannot go to Umrah this year. They cannot go to the Umrah this year. Number 2, remember the wording in this, it's very important. Any Muslim who ran away, who become Muslim in Mecca and moved to Medina, they have to return them back to the Quraysh. But any Muslim from Medina ran away, goes to the Mecca, it's okay, they're going to keep him. And they could only stay 3 days. They cannot have any kind of weapon when they come there. And the most important was that 10 years ceasefire, no bothering with anybody. Everybody's free, they could go anywhere they want to go for 10 years. That has a lot of significance, as we're going to talk about it, for Islam. And then Prophet Muhammad told the son of the Suhail that, I'm sorry, we cannot accept you because of our treaty. I need to go back, but God be with you, but be patient, something gonna happen. So Suhail took his son with a chain back to the Mecca, and the Prophet asked everybody, okay, we are done, let's go ahead, shave our head, take our ihram out, and do our sacrifice, and we're gonna go to Medina. The 1,400 people, nobody moved. Everybody sit, put their head down, they are in disgrace. They're absolutely thinking that what happened is the worst thing could happen to the Muslim. Why did the Prophet Muhammad do such a thing and sign such a treaty? That is not fair to the Muslim. And no matter what Prophet said, nobody listened. And here we go. Here's the time the woman shine in Islam. I want you to remember this. If anybody has said that woman right in Muslim or women are down in Muslim, whatever, Sumayya was in the tent. The Prophet Muhammad goes to her. She was an advisor to Prophet. He goes in there and asks Sumayya that, listen, nobody listens to me. They are not moving. They are mad because of the treaty we signed. And what should I do? What should we do? Here we go. The woman, the smart, the intelligent woman tells Prophet that you go out there and you shave your head you take your ihram out and you just sacrifice, they will do the same thing. And Prophet, peace be upon him, comes out and do the same thing, shake his head, takes the ihram out and make a sacrifice, and everybody start doing the same thing. But the point is here, at the same time, this is, as I mentioned to you earlier, I studied the Sunni, Shia, and historical side of all the stories to find out what's going on. This is narrated in the Sunni book, that Omar became very belligerent and started shouting at Prophet, peace be upon him, and say, what is this? Didn't you tell us we are going to go to Umrah? Didn't you tell us that we are going to go see our family? And are you a prophet of God? And on and on and on and on. And Prophet Muhammad told them, yes, I told you we are going to Umrah, but I didn't say we are going this year. We're going to go next year. And then, I am a prophet of God. I am a Muhammad Rasulullah. And Umar started shouting, and he kept quiet. Prophet Muhammad kept quiet. And then he started continue doing that. And he went to the Osman and he said, what do you think this is going on? It become absolutely unfair to Islam. This kind of Hudaybiyah the Prophet signed and all this stuff. What happened is, the Osman told the Umar, in literally, in translation, shut your mouth. Let's stop, shut your mouth. He is a prophet, we need to follow him, and that's what's going to happen. And again, Umar shuts off, and the people, they do sacrifice, they start moving back toward the Medina. That in the way that the ayah inna fatahna laka fathan mubina, it came down, and that means we gave you the most important victory in Islam. Brother and sister, this Treaty of Hudaybiyah is related a lot to Imam Hassan's treaty. Inshallah, in the future, maybe I could explain in detail that what happened in Imam Hassan treaty with Muawiyah, it has a lot related to this. And by doing that, as we go on, they say that again in the Sunni narration, because Umar did such a bad thing, he fasted for 3 years, and also he spent all his money on charity in order that God forgive him. Now, the people are going back to Medina. At the same time, a woman become Muslim and her husband gives him a hard time. He runs away and she goes to Medina. And the husband goes back and says, okay, based on the treaty of Hudaybiyah, you have to return her. And again, here it is. Prophet Muhammad said, no. Go read the treaty. Go read the treaty, what it says. We're not going to return her. And there's ayah in Quran that women are safe and protected. At this time, her husband was there. He was asking for Prophet to return him. A Prophet, no way, because in that treaty, it has mentioned any Muslim, listen to the word, any Muslim who ran away, look at here's the wording. Any Muslim who ran away from the Mecca, come to Medina, we return him. But we never say Muslimat. She's a Muslimat, it's not a Muslim, it's a woman. Woman, it was not part of the treaty. So consequently, they kept the lady and the woman and they protected her and gave her a place and went on. At the same time, as I said, Abu Jaddal, which is Suhail's son, went back to Mecca. Another guy ran away from Mecca, came to Medina again. Prophet, please save me and keep me. And if I go back to Medina, to Mecca, they're going to torture me and all this stuff. Prophet said, I'm sorry. At the same time, Quraysh sent 2 soldiers to go get him. And the 2 soldiers comes and said, Prophet Muhammad, based on what you signed, you have to give this guy back to us. And Prophet did the same thing. So go ahead, you have to go back to Mecca. This guy was very smart. So what happened was, after they walked 2 weeks between Medina to Mecca, that they were walking, he became friends with them. Started talking to them, yeah, you know, where are you from, and this and that, and eventually said, you got a wonderful knife, where do you get it? Is it made in Khaybar, or you bought it from Iran, or where you bought it from? He was bragging that, yeah, this knife is a special sword, and I said, can I see it? The guy, the soldier gave the sword to the guy, to the a fugitive, and he pulled Islam and killed one of them. And he runs away again. At this time, he knows he cannot go to Medina, right? He goes back in a town near the sea, or the small little town. He stays in there. Because he can't go to Mecca, he can't go to Medina, so he found himself a little place to stay there. At the same time, Abu Jandal, he's the one son of Suhail, he found that out, that this guy is out there. He ran away, he goes join him. Brothers and sisters, in a few weeks, a few months, 200 people, they gathered in that little place. They all ran away from Mecca, and they went to that place. And they had no food to eat, there's no how to make their money. What they did, start raiding every single caravan of the Mecca, going up or down. If the caravan was going toward the Sham, they would take him, they would down, they take him. It was to the point that Mecca started losing a lot of business because people escaped to go to Mecca, because on the way, this tribe of the Muslim, the fugitive they call it, they are there and they're going to knock them out. They came back to Prophet Muhammad and said, you know what? We are losing a lot of business. We're going out of whack in here. Let's cross that section off our Hudaybiyah treaty. That means anyway, they crossed that section off that they say if anybody ran away from Medina, goes to Mecca, they have to return him and so forth. So consequently, when they crossed that out, 200 people from that fugitive, they all moved to Medina. At the same time, remember this, that's what is the greatest victory of Islam. At the same time, the Quraysh, the people of Medina, they would go back to their family, they come back, they could spread Islam easily. As you see in this line, up to here is before the Hudaybiyah. After Hudaybiyah, what happened? Prophet said, now we're no war. 10 years of no war, right? We are going to go do whatever we want to do, and no one is allowed to attack anybody. So consequently, Prophet started freely preaching Islam and going to the people in a peaceful manner and do that. Brother and sister, anybody says that Islam is spread by the sword, that is absolutely wrong. Look at the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. It was totally not fair to Islam, but Islam even sacrificed and took them. And that is how Islam spread, by word of mouth. Actually, after this Hudaybiyah, everybody in Mecca said, why didn't let this Prophet go to the Mecca? He had no weapon, he was coming in ihram and all this stuff. As people start changing the people's mind and hearts and mind that maybe there is something wrong with the Quraysh. Maybe Prophet Muhammad is right. And consequently, people group came and joined the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. At the same time, 19 days after the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, guess what happened? Prophet get the soldiers and go after the Jewish people, what they call Khaybar. And that's the giant Khaybar was there, started, so to go get rid of it because they were comfortable about the Quraysh and all the Mecca people, and it's going to take care of the Khaybar, and later on this lead to the victory of the Mecca, which Prophet Muhammad moved to Mecca because Quraysh started fighting with some of the Muslims, and they broke the treaty, and Prophet, peace be upon him, took 10,000 soldiers, since the treaty was broken, marched towards the Mecca, and Fatih Mecca came from the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Muhammad AlZahra.